MrBeast isn't really a YouTuber anymore. He wants to outgrow Disney. His company, Beast Industries, just raised money at a $5 billion valuation, and I jumped at the opportunity to become an investor, even though his channel has been losing money on purpose. I believe this is how he could pull it off and replace the broken corporations of the past in the process. You see, a traditional company might raise millions of dollars first to build their product, try to build a brand through that product, and only then build an audience who cares about it. But a creator business like Beast Industries flips that completely. Jimmy builds the audience first through free videos that YouTube will promote for him automatically on an unimaginable scale. Then, with the strong brand he built through years of building a relationship with that audience, he creates products that fit what they already want. And now he's raising money, and not only reinvesting it back into his videos, he's launching new products and boosting the entire ecosystem. This shift sounds simple, but it's a radical advantage. Instead of begging for attention, Beast starts with attention and lets the audience pull the products into existence. So the YouTube channels are just the foundation. And it might sound crazy, but I think there's a path where he could eventually rival Disney because he's following their famous synergy model, but reimagined for the digital age. Instead of movies, it's YouTube videos. Instead of newspapers, it's Twitter. Instead of waiting years between projects, videos and tweets flow faster, and products can move just as fast. Feastables, merchandise, software tools, TV shows, maybe even a theme park. Each one isn't a standalone business. They're nodes in the same web, each making the others stronger. But this is a much bigger endeavor than one person can handle. So it's not just Jimmy making this happen. Beast has about 500 employees, it's growing fast, and it even has a new CEO. Jeff Hausenbold brings 30 years of leadership experience to the company. But crucially, Jimmy remains the creative engine that made all of it possible, which to me is a huge green flag because for a growing company, this is usually where things tend to fall apart. Think of all the great companies that forgot what made them great, that let sales and marketing suffocate creative teams. The ones that let creative decisions get overshadowed by efficiency and profitability. Companies that neglected their engineers. Game studios that abandoned their designers and developers. Movie studios that traded storytelling for formulas, chasing box office returns instead of incubating creativity. There are countless examples that once took risks, found success through originality, and created things people genuinely connected with, only to prioritize short-term gains and lose the very soul that earned them success in the first place. But Beast has both the visionary founder setting the creative direction and an execution-focused CEO running the operations behind the scenes. All three sides of this triangle are necessary. If any one corner is weakened, the whole structure starts to erode. And Beast Industries appears to be intentionally protecting and strengthening all three. And with the pile of cash they just raised, the triangle isn't just stable, I believe it could scale exponentially. Today, the videos are just one slice of Beast's growing revenue pie. And yes, they've been losing money, but with the big picture in mind. Very soon, they'll be a tiny fraction of total revenue. Because when he can leverage an audience of hundreds of millions across platforms, videos are the marketing, and sponsors can't afford the true cost of a MrBeast video anymore. Products are becoming the real business. And Feastables is only the beginning. It's already making more than his YouTube channels are, and according to The Verge, Feastables sales are projected to grow from 250 million to over $500 million this year. The article also mentioned other products on the way, like drinks, cereal, more snacks, and even comics. And I think there are other billion-dollar opportunities. Releasing games is a huge one, with the industry worth in the hundreds of billions, and games are a great fit for his broad audience. I just hope they make more than mobile games, since there's so much more potential than that, from board games to PC to the Switch 2 that's coming out. Also, Beast has a really great creator-focused software tool called ViewStats, but there's definitely room for that team to develop a broader consumer product like a VPN. A VPN would be a perfect fit for his global audience, especially since that industry is built on marketing, which of course won't be a problem. Because when Jimmy launches a product, the hard part, getting people to care, is already done. And this strategy is how one MrBeast video might cost $4 million to make, generate $2 million in ad revenue, and drive $20 million in product sales. So I don't think it's about getting views for the sake of views anymore. From my perspective, he's building an ecosystem where views generate commerce, and commerce funds more views. An infinite flywheel. To put it another way, if Jimmy was just making videos and monetizing through AdSense and brand deals, he'd cap his revenue per video to what advertisers are willing to pay. If you're a creator, I made this spreadsheet you can tinker with that shows how when your videos drive products and those products fuel more videos, they can 10x the lifetime value of every video. And as the brand grows, it compounds. So why would Jimmy sell someone else's product and risk pushing something that can end up controversial in the future when he can control the product himself and offer his audience something better? Why get sponsored by Hasbro, Hershey's, or Disney when Beast can become the new and improved replacement of these faceless corporations? Which is exactly what they're doing, but there's one thing missing. Even though Jimmy is an important face for the brand, they apparently plan to build things that can stand on their own, something bigger than any one person. If they want to become the next Hasbro or Disney, companies that have lasted for 100 years, they need to own intellectual property, worlds, and stories that stand on their own. This article explained how they're developing a planned Beast universe to build just that. And this is how Beast could evolve from a YouTube creator brand into a storytelling empire, one with its own gravity pulling fans across every medium. But it's not just MrBeast building one company. Jimmy's biggest advantage is what might truly make Beast the next Disney, because as Business Insider reports, they're building a platform that could help hundreds of other creators build their empire. And when I read that, I got even more excited. I mean, we've seen what's possible when a large network of creators get together to build something. As the biggest creator brand by far, MrBeast is at the center of a global creator economy full of creators no longer waiting for the sponsor, but becoming the sponsor. So the flywheel concept doesn't have to just benefit this one company. Imagine what can happen when an entire platform across all niches connect and become greater than the sum of its parts. Movies can be made here, games here, consumer goods there, toys, theme parks, TV shows, financial services, restaurants again and again. And not every creator needs to build a 500-person team. If a creator wants to own their own product but doesn't want to run an empire, they could partner and co-launch with Beast and scale like a Fortune 500 without needing to become one first. I'll use an example that I, full disclosure, am personally attached to. Say Beast Industries wanted to stake their claim on the quickly growing board game industry. If Jimmy liked the family-friendly strategy board game I made and wanted to publish it, he could post a rocket-themed spectacle YouTube video that promotes the game, collaborate with half a dozen other creators for that video, send a few tweets, post on short-form platforms, timed with a limited edition space-themed Feastables bar and Lunchly that sell out, collectively adding up to hundreds of millions of eyes in only a couple of weeks, which leads to a spin-off video game, a toy line, and even inspires a ride at a Beast World theme park if one exists someday, which I bet it will. So you don't need 100 million subs to participate. With a synergy map like Beast's, creator-led product launches can scale faster and with more cultural force than any legacy corporation can currently compete with. Creators like Sarah Renee Clark can become the new Crayola or Pantone. Tonester Paints is already the new and improved version of Sherwin-Williams, and Joyride is dominating the Mars Candies company. This is happening more and more, and that's why I'm excited for this creator-led future. Because this isn't just about MrBeast, and it's not about his 500-person company. It's about a generational economic shift. We're watching the birth of a trillion-dollar economy, not built on oil or real estate, but on creativity and community. I don't see the creator economy as a side hustle. It's the new infrastructure of culture and commerce. One creator building a billion-dollar brand is impressive, but 1,000 creators doing it? That reshapes the entire economic landscape. And here's the best part. A creator-led economy is a better one. The old system was built by faceless corporations. Nestle, Warner Bros., Unilever. They didn't start with people. They started with products, patents, and paid ads. And they're ending with unchecked consolidation. You walk through a grocery store aisle, and it's the same 3 conglomerates under 50 brand names. But the next era feels different. You used to need a factory to reach millions. Now you just need a camera, a great idea, and the ability to spread it. Creators earn their trust day by day, and when they launch products, they're rooted in the audience that they earned. So this is our shot, not just to challenge the giants, but to rebuild their industries with better values. But there's a problem, because I believe we're living in the last moment of true creator leverage. Right now, creators built their audiences and they compete with that advantage. They have the trust, the attention, and the distribution. But corporations are catching up. They're buying influence, buying platforms, and rebuilding gatekeepers. Understandably, they want to build their own MrBeast. But they can't fake trust, and they can't fake creativity. The next era of business won't just be built by companies, it'll be built by people. And the ideas that resonate the best will win. And if you're a creator and want to chat with me about launching a product or growing your channel, check out the description below. Thanks for watching.